Hello and welcome back to the Comet Weekly, your community, your news every week. I'm Hadley Bartling.
And I'm Aiden Chandler. Every week we bring you the latest and up-to-date news here at Velma Schools.
Aiden, is this countdown right?
Yeah, 26 days left in school.
But it's April 11th. That's the last day. The last day of school is May 22nd. By my calculations, that's more than 26 days.
From today, there are 26 days of school, not counting the weekends. But 26 days in school left before the summer starts. Don't short circuit your brain, all right? Just trust me and go to the news.
Jeez, someone is being a Mr. Bossy Pants today. Despite the rainy weather, we held our annual prom this past Friday in the safe room. Everyone looked nice in their dresses and suits, and a good time was held by all.
Congratulations to our 2025 prom king and queen, Corey Fortenberry and Carson Bowles. The night was capped off with the after prom in the gym.
But now it's back to business. April is a big time in the school year for state testing. This week, our juniors started testing, and next week, it's the elementary's turn. Good luck to all testers.
Now, for another segment of the Comet Weekly, Comet Legacy, where we visit with Velma alumni to see where they are, what they are doing, and their favorite memories from being a Comet.
This week, Riley Quinn sits down with Shelby Rice Turner.
Welcome to the Comet Legacy, where we visit with alumni from Velma Alma about what they are doing now and some memories from their time in Comet Country. On this episode, we will visit with Miss Shelby Turner. Miss Turner, thank you for spending a little time with us. First off, what year did you graduate from Velma, and what have you been up to over the years?
Okay, so I graduated from Velma in 2012, so 13 years ago. After I graduated, I went to OU for my undergrad degree, so I got my undergrad degree in communication with a minor in sociology. I did that in 3.5 years, so I graduated in December. Had a little bit of a gap between that and starting law school, so I spent a lot of time at home kind of in the spring of that year, and then started at OU College of Law in May. Did the summer start program there, did some traveling. They have a program that's over in England during the summer, so I did that in law school. By the time I got to my last year of law school, I was actually working at the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, so graduated from there, continued working, studied for the Oklahoma bar exam, took that. It kind of creates like an odd timing situation. So again, I was getting licensed to practice law in September, and then worked there for a couple years after graduating and moved to the Tulsa area to get married. Switched jobs, working in-house counsel for a company based in Tulsa, and I'm still there now. So been here about 2.5 years and have a 2.5-year-old son. So just up here with my husband, my son, and our dog. That's what I've been up to for 13 years.
Okay, what was it like going to school here every day with your dad being the superintendent?
So he was actually the elementary middle school principal whenever I was in high school. He became principal whenever I was in 7th grade. So he was my principal for 7th grade, 8th grade. Prior to that, he had been the ag teacher ever since I started school. So he started at Velma as the ag teacher before I was born. So I never had a day at school where I didn't have my dad also there with me. So it's kind of like I don't really know a difference. It was really fun for me though. I got to ride to school with my dad every day, and my dad is kind of my best friend still. So it was really fun to do that, and also feel like I had his classroom or his office to run over to if I was having a bad day or I needed help with something. So I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people would maybe think it was kind of weird, but it was really special to me. So it's good memories.
What was it? What about Velma was so special to you, and what keeps you and other alumni so involved in what goes on?
I think the fact that, for me, I started pre-K at Velma and I graduated from Velma, so I never left. I never went anywhere else. I never had a different group of friends or students that I was with on a daily basis. So, kind of the people that you grow up with and around, like, become your family and you know everything about them. And so that made it special for me. And also just the fact that now being 30, my friends that I graduated with are still my best friends. So we've kind of carried that on throughout all stages of life. So that's something really special. And, have a lot of things in common, even though we're dispersed all over the state now. So I think being able to have a small town community with all people you know and love and care about to come back home to is something really neat and unique. And even living kind of in the city, if you will, in Tulsa, I think that, I don't know, I enjoy myself the most whenever I'm home still.
What are some of your favorite memories from your school, like when you went to school here?
Gosh, so again, it's like hard to think about from pre-K all the way to graduating. I don't know, I had some like elementary school teachers that I really loved that were really special who are retired now. Just lots of memories made with friends across, like I said, all different phases of school, like from elementary school going on field trips and that sort of thing to like middle school trying to figure out who you are and what you want your life to look like, and then high school, made a lot of great memories showing hogs and doing that with my dad. After he had moved on from being the ag teacher to being principal, I feel like he and I got to devote a lot more time to my projects in FFA instead of him working, primarily on other people's projects and what they were doing. And then also just miss EA every year. Obviously, I loved that. So lots of good memories with my friends there. But I don't know, I had an amazing experience at Helena, so it's kind of hard to be like, here's just a handful of my favorite things because, I don't know, I look back really fondly on all of it.
Yeah, like what you said on like middle school, that was just kind of a rough year for me too.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. Like, I don't know, just trying to figure out what the next 2 years are going to look like and if your friends are going to be the same and, I don't know, like the direction that you want to take your life is really confusing sometimes. Yeah. So it was nice for me to like be in one place and feel like, I have these people who have known me literally since I was 4 or 5 years old and can kind of check you and say like, hey, this maybe isn't the path you want to take or the decision you want to make. So it's really nice to have that, I think.
And finally, what is the best advice you have for Comet students?
So I always like to say to find something every day that you're good at, and that doesn't mean necessarily what society or like the world thinks you should be good at as far as being the very best athlete or the very, making the highest grade in every single class, but kind of like waking up every day and being like, I can be really kind to someone today. Like I can be something. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. If you can wake up and decide, I'm going to do something really kind for someone, or I'm going to make an effort to sort of like stand up for someone who needs it. Or I used to, sort of jokingly use the example whenever I was unmarried and didn't have a son, I would just like, I'm going to be a good dog mom today. Like it doesn't always have to be the best, as you get older and you graduate, it doesn't have to be I'm going to go to the very best college and I'm going to get the highest paying job and all of that. It's just simple day to day. Like what can you do each day to be a good person and to make yourself happy instead of pleasing other people?
Yes. Well, thank you, Miss Turner, and thank you for doing this and Shine On.
Yeah, of course, Shine On.
You can also find the Comet Legacy segments on our YouTube channel. Just look at our playlist and find the one labeled Comet Legacy. Next week, we will talk with Barbara Wood.
This Tuesday, our gifted and talented students went to a field trip to the Chisholm Trail Museum in Duncan. They did a land run and other activities. Our gifted and talented director, Miss Brown, said that everyone had a great time and she looked forward to more gifted and talented program opportunities in the future.
Our 5th graders went on their yearly tour of the state capitol this past Wednesday. The 5th graders also toured the Oklahoma City bombing memorial. It's a tradition that the 5th graders have done for quite a while.
The Quad Squad has been busy on our TikTok page. Check out our latest TikTok from the Quad Squad at the address on your screen. Just open up TikTok and type in the address on your screen. While you're on our TikTok page, subscribe and turn on the notifications so you will know when we post.
This week, during the Monday morning blast-off in the elementary, they introduced the word of the week. This week's word is responsibility. Before we go to weather and sports, Here's a look at this week's Comet Kids.
We're orange now. Welcome back to your Comet Weekly weather. Today expect a high of 79 degrees with a northeast wind at 5 miles an hour. It's going to be mostly sunny throughout the weekend with maybe partly cloudy on Friday. Saturday expect a southeast wind at 20 miles per hour. It's going to be pretty sunny, so wear a hat or something. It's going to have a high of 85, a low of 54. Sunday, it's going to be kind of windy, just like Saturday, with a southwest wind at 20 miles per hour. And it's going to be partly cloudy. 29 at the highest, 65 at the lowest. Monday, expect it to be mostly cloudy, with a northwest wind at 20 miles an hour. 75 at the highest, 50 at the lowest. Tuesday, expect a 15% chance of rain with a northeast wind at 15 miles an hour, and it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 72 and a low of 49. Wednesday is probably going to be the highest rain chance for this week so far, with a high of 25% and a southeast wind at 15 miles per hour. It's going to be partly cloudy. Highest will be 73 and lowest will be 56 if I can talk.
Despite it being spring sports season, there are still some basketball awards to talk about. Congratulations to senior basketball players Easton Beck and Broderick Spigner for being selected as Class A All-Stars by class for this past season. The baseball season is rolling along, and yesterday our annual Jake Leffler Wood Bat Tournament started. Our reporter Jagger Sander caught up with Coach Norton to talk about the season and the tournament. Jagger?
Thanks, Carson. This year marks the 25th annual Jake Leffler Memorial Wood Bat Tournament here at Velma. And I'm here today with our baseball coach, Coach Norton, to talk a little bit about the tournament. Coach, thanks for visiting with us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Will you tell us a little bit about the history behind the tournament?
The history behind the tournament, Jake Leffler was a young man, played here the early 2000s. Great young man. He played all three sports, and he tragically passed away his senior year. And the school and community saw it was fit to start a wood bat tournament in honor of him. Can't say enough good things about Jake. He was an inspiration to his fellow teammates, to the coaches, just exactly what we're striving to try to teach young men, how to conduct themselves and how to act. And so it's a very fitting tournament.
Why is it a wood bat tournament?
Just for the fun of it. A little bit different than playing with our aluminum or new metal bats, whatever you want to call them. There's 4 or 5 other tournaments across the state. Many of them are in the fall. And it's just something fun for the kids to do, to play with a wooden bat. And everybody that comes over always loves it.
Finally, how is the season going so far this year, and what's going to be the key going forward?
Season has made a good turnaround. We started off before spring break. Our record was 2-4, and we went on an 8-game win streak and went to 10-4. So we kind of got things turned around, hitting the ball better, throwing strikes. Kids have had a great attitude. We lost our last game last week to a fall ball school ranked number 11, 6-3. We had our chances to win that game. I think just the key moving forward is continue to make the routine plays, throw strikes, and put the ball in play. Good things will happen.
Well, thanks, Coach Norton. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you.
The golf and track seasons are in full swing, with junior high and high school hitting their stride at the midpoints of their seasons. Check our high school Facebook page and our golf and track pages as well. You can also check out Comet News live every day for up-to-date scores and results. And when you think of high school sports in the spring, you might not think about rodeo, but our special reporter sat down with our lone high school rodeoer here at Velma. Here's the interview.
Thanks, Carson. I'm here today with Lainey Williams. She is our lone high school rodeoer here at Velma Alma. Lainey, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. First question. Tell us the difference between high school rodeo and what we might watch on television like with the NFR.
High school rodeo, that's exactly what it is. It's me competing a bunch of high school students. As far as the events go, they're all the same. It's like what you'll watch around here, but it's a group of us high school students who work hard and perform how we want to perform and how we want to perform for everyone else.
All right. What events do you participate in the rodeo?
I participate in breakaway roping.
So tell me exactly what does that mean?
Breakaway is where you let the calf out of the chute and then you rope it, but instead of tying it like a boy would do, you have a rope that pops off your saddle horn.
Okay, interesting. What do you enjoy most about competing in high school rodeo?
I like seeing my friends for sure, but I like seeing how I do and how I can better myself in different ways.
All right. So when and where is your next rodeo?
It will be in Weatherford, Oklahoma, April 26th and 27th.
All right. Well, thank you, Lainey, for doing this, and good luck. Carson, back to you in the studio.
That's a look at your week of Comet Sports. Now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Carson, for the look at Comet Sports. That's all the time we have of this episode of the Comet Weekly. Thank you for joining us.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And please, feel free to spread the word about us.
Check out our Comet News Live every weekday on our Comet News Network Facebook page. Every day we're in school around 1 p.m. for your daily Velma Elma news. Until next week, I'm Hadley Bartling. Hang on, we have a little over a month of school left.
26 days, Hadley. 26 dang days. And I'm Aiden Chandler. Ka-chow.